So today's video is on self-care and looking after yourself and making sure you are happy and at peace. So if you like today's videos, please like and subscribe, and I put out videos every Sunday night. Do excuse my heavier makeup than usual. I've got a team bonding tonight, so I'm just a little bit dolled up compared to normal, so apologies if it's a bit dramatic. But yes, like I said, today's video is on self-care and how to look after yourself, basically, because I think, completely unrelated to counselling, I think everyone can burn out. I think everyone can have a shit day. I think everyone can feel down. I think everyone can just have a bad day, a bad week, a bad minute, a bad hour, a bad moment. So it's how do we pull ourselves out? How can we kind of find a route to be caring for ourselves and realising, right, this isn't a nice feeling at the minute, how can I pull myself out of it? So yes, different ways to, I'm going to say, to self-care, to look after yourself, to feel a bit more clearer and calmer and relaxing. So there's different ways and it's all personal. Not one way will work for everyone, and it's you've got to think what can work for me. So I'm going to list off different things, a really quick video of just different ideas that you may have thought of, may not have thought of. So I suppose for me, the first thing that comes to my head is what relaxes me. If I've had a bad day, or I'm feeling just a bit pissed off or a bit down, or whatever I'm feeling, what can make me just relax? So maybe not make me feel happy, but make me feel relaxed so I can clear my mind and kind of think about stuff logically. So for me, and maybe yourself or someone you know, is having a bath. So just running a bath in the evening and just kind of relaxing, and whether that's putting on a face mask, as like cliche and girly as that sounds, but putting on a face mask and just relaxing and just doing nothing. Don't get me wrong, in a bath for about 10 minutes I get bored, but the initial kind of just thinking, right, I can't do anything right now, and just either thinking about whatever's annoyed you, upset you, or not thinking about it, if that makes sense. So trying to think about it, trying to be clear and make logical sense of what's happened or what you're feeling, or to just not think about anything, and then either way, hopefully the thought or feeling diminishes. So something like that. So on them kind of guidelines, there's exercise. So if you are the kind of person that has exercise to clear your mind, something like that, or if it's like breathing and meditating or yoga, there's kind of two ways it can go. You can put your full energy into something that's really high energy, or put your full energy into something that's low energy, but both ways can work for different people. There is also, and I think, again for me, a top one, a surefire way it would work is, you can call it bitching, you can call it venting, you can call it talking, whatever you want to call it, but letting out what you're thinking and feeling. Many different ways to do this, so many different ways. There's obviously the classic talking to someone, whether that's a friend, a partner, a mirror, a book, a vlog, doing something like this, just getting the words out, getting the feelings out, getting whatever you're thinking, mood, anger, upset, tears, happiness, laughter, getting it out of your head and out of your body helps a million. So whether it is doing a video, not posting it unless you wanted to, but just literally talking to your phone and getting it out, talking to your camera and getting it out, talking to a mirror, getting it out, talking to someone face to face, talking to someone over the phone, or writing it down. So we have different journals. You can colour, you can paint. If you're, because I'm not artistic at all, kind of like that, I don't have a kind of skill, and I don't think you do have to have a skill to do something like painting and drawing to get it out, but I think if I did, I'd be more inclined to do it, if that makes sense. But kind of any outlet to get what you're thinking and feeling out there. So just a couple of examples here. I've shown these in other videos I've done, but these are different kind of ways you can journal. So for example, there's this journal where you can write, and it's kind of like a diary. If you think about when you're like 9 years old and you did diaries, but journaling is something you can do. So different journaling books specifically. There's also different diaries. So this again is, this particular one is quite expensive, but you can get like just general happiness journals. So they very specifically say kind of what you're grateful for, what's gone well, and what you hope for tomorrow. And you can kind of say what's gone wrong and kind of join it with a journal possibly to help you. something else. I suppose it's kind of related, kind of not, but I think it's really useful to keep you kind of thinking and reflecting, especially if you've had a bad day. You can look back on a year ago, so you'll see what I mean in a second, and kind of focus on that and puts things into perspective. So this is a Q&A a day, 365 questions for 5 years, and for example, it will ask you a question. So they can be really trivial, they can be really interesting. So if you could change something about today, what would it be? What's your favourite word right now? What would you like to ask your mother? What new activity have you tried? How much spare change do you have? Who do you want to call? And you answer for each year. So that's this year, obviously, and you'll go through the whole thing, and then you go on to next year. So you'll see results for 5 years, and I think that can really ground you and kind of think, you know, where you are in the moment. So definitely, I think talking is a major thing. Professional help, if you want it, if something that's quite important at the minute, or you feel talking to a friend won't help, you don't want to talk to a friend, or you kind of maybe trying journaling isn't working, you need answers, you need a kind of a back and forth, you kind of need some assistance, you need some guidance, then professional help, whether that's seeing a doctor or seeing a counsellor or a therapist, different stuff like that. Thinking of therapists, thinking of different kind of therapies you can have, so massages and relaxing yourself that way. And I think people think, and I understand because it can be expensive, but massages are for like one-off times, you know, they can add up, they can be quite expensive, but thinking, how can I bring this into my weekly life or monthly life as a treat to kind of think, right, well, I know this makes me happy for an hour, it calms me down, it improves my back, something like that, and taking that time for yourself. So massages and that kind of thing. Also, day to day, again, for me is massive, is listen to music. So putting on, it can go one of two ways. You can put on really, really happy music to pull yourself out, or you can listen to, I'm a bugger for it, listen to like sad songs, so you're like really in the somber mood and singing all these love songs and all these like calm, because they are calming songs, I find. I think obviously with slow music, the music's calmer than upbeat tempo stuff. So kind of listen to music and getting yourself focused on that and singing lyrics and that kind of stuff. Support groups. So if you know, have something maybe in common with someone else, going to a support group. If there isn't one, could you start one? You know, could this be a massive step for you to thinking, right, that help isn't there, I'm going to create it, and I kind of know other people feel this way, and kind of do that. And then finally, like I said, with the massages, it's quite a big thing, but holidays and having a break and having days off. So many times I say to my boss, you need a day off, like you need to just work you 5 days a week, because you owe it to yourself to kind of just relax for 2 days, or do something with the family for 2 days, or just not be thinking about work for 2 days. And it can, you know, I know a lot of people put everything into work or everything into the kids, and it's day-to-day life, it's mundane life, it's hard to break from it, and you've got to think, right, I need to have a break from it, I need to have a day off, a day to do something different, a day to do something with someone I haven't in a while, and think out of the box. What can you do that would make you laugh and make you be happy and make you relax? And obviously certain stuff like that does cost, and you've got to take that into account, but can you take it into account and doing it, because it's about you? And that's what, as much as I can list off 1,000 ways to, you know, suggest ways to be happy, you've got to want to do it, and you've got to make the time to do it. It's not just gonna, you can't just sit here and just go, okay, I'll be happy now, okay, I'm relaxed now. I know I can't do that, my mind kind of overthinks. So how can you get there? What can you do to get there? And be selfish, as I say many times, be selfish. What can you do for you to look after you? Because as soon as you burn out, you're no use to anyone. You're no use to your family, you're no use to work, you're no use to yourself, because you won't be you, because you'll be burnt out and you'll be exhausted and you'll be ill and you'll be tired and you'll be agitated and upset and angry, and you don't want to be that for you, because that's exhausting. It's tiring being a negative person, and it's not something anyone wants. So how can you stay away from that? Is preparing earlier, don't wait till it happens. Is thinking, right, doing this, maybe once a day or once a week or 3 times a week or once a month or once a year with a big holiday will kind of guide me in the right direction of kind of breaking up the day-to-day life and the day-to-day feelings. So I hope that's helped. It's a bit of a longer video than I thought. It's like 10 minutes now, but I firmly believe you kind of need to think, how can I be happy pretty much, 99% of my life, because there's no point letting stuff overtake you, and it's hard, don't get me wrong, I have my down days definitely, but how can you do it and try to do it and figure it out? And if you've got any ideas, please let me know and post them below, because it'd be really cool to see if anyone has any quirky ways or different ways to just look after yourself. Okay, I will see you next time.